North Carolina is cleaning up from the worst flooding ever.
Asheville, North Carolina, basically cut off from the rest of the state right now,
forcing some to puncture holes in their roofs just to escape their homes.
Having caused over 230 deaths and billions of dollars of damage, Hurricane Helene will go down in history as one of the most destructive storms ever to make landfall in the United States. And somehow, we found ourselves smack dab in the middle of its path.
They're saying gusting to 76 miles an hour.
Here?
Here.
Now, we already made a video covering the aftermath of Hurricane Helene and how it affected the people living around Asheville, North Carolina, but our weekly videos are a little over a month ahead of real time. So this week, we'll be telling the story of how we survived Hurricane Helene.
I really hope we come back to you the way we left you.
Yeah, please.
And the story begins in northern Georgia at the beautiful Cloudland Canyon State Park.
Ready to go for a ride in the truck? Okay, let's get your little chunky butt in here.
Right blinker. Okay, left. Wow. That was the first time we've gotten ready without rain.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to push my luck. I was like, it's
really
a day.
All right, so today's a very exciting day, as you can tell by
my enthusiasm.
So today we are heading to North Carolina. We're heading to a small town called Murphy. That area looks really beautiful. It's a little bit further away from everything, and so the property values are a lot cheaper. So yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Turn a little bit more. Okay, straight back from here.
Isn't it nice here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something about being next to the water just feels right.
Did you got your farmer in your truck, Isabella? No. Oh, uh-oh. Farmer crashed.
Murphy, North Carolina sits along the Hiawassee River, offering the charm of a quaint mountain town surrounded by stunning natural beauty. Like many Appalachian towns, it faced economic struggles as traditional industries like timber and agriculture declined. Recently, however, towns like Murphy have begun to revitalize, driven by tourism and demand for mountain vacation homes. Murphy feels like it's in the early stages of this transition, with a charming downtown, a few standout shops and restaurants, and some businesses that are still awaiting renewal. Overall, it's a beautiful, remote town with plenty of potential.
Okay, bud, what you looking at?
Whoa.
Are we gonna get pulled up into a twister?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Hurricane Helene is about to hit Florida today. And normally, like, I'm mostly just concerned about being on the coast for a hurricane. We are way far north in the mountains, and we actually are gonna be severely affected by this hurricane. They're saying gusting to 76 miles an hour.
Here?
Here. We are not in a flood zone, which is the real big concern with this storm right now. But we're not far from a flood zone. So like the RV park is literally called River Valley RV Resort. So we are in a valley next to a river. Luckily, we're elevated above the river quite a bit. But like, this is possibly a once in a generation event. And so relying on like statistical flood information, I'm not sure is a super good idea, because this could be an outlier. So tomorrow is when it's gonna all go down.
Man, I thought we were done with this.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? Yeah, we literally move ashore and get hit by a hurricane. Like inland, in the mountains.
Good boy. Alright, better kiss it goodbye. This might be the last time we see this bad boy.
Well,
Upright.
I was gonna say. Yeah, unlike a boat, it will not sink. But yeah, I mean, the forecast is still looking pretty bleak. Yeah, with Isabella, I don't want to be in there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
I really hope we come back to you the way we left you.
Yeah, please.
Mwah.
And then come knock on this wood.
Oh, all right. Fingers crossed.
Can you believe that? Once in a generation storm. And we've owned this trailer for like 3 weeks. All right, Oso, you better enjoy this. Because of you, we're staying at the Best Western. So there's a couple nice hotels in Murphy, but they do not allow pets.
It's nice. It's cozy. Got a Best Western kind of hotel smell, but it's nice.
Yeah. Man, Isabella is having a great time.
She really is.
Isabella, do you like the motel?
Hi, Geetsy.
Can Dad have a hug? At some age, you start to care about whether you're in a low-end motel or a high-end hotel, but it is not at 2 years old. Okay, so I've got to be quiet. Isabella just fell asleep. I figure I might as well get a little bit of computer work done since we're just waiting for this storm to hit. That would normally be kind of a sketchy thing because we're on this motel Wi-Fi. Like, it would be really easy for hackers to steal our sensitive data over this internet connection. That's actually why we love the sponsor of today's episode, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark encrypts all the data that's being sent between our devices and the internet, which keeps our online identity safe. So for example, right now I'm signed into my online banking, and it would be really easy for a cyber criminal to steal my login credentials over this motel Wi-Fi. But with Surfshark VPN, my sensitive information is completely protected. Another great feature is that when we are traveling abroad, a lot of websites won't work until we get back to the United States. They don't like it when you're abroad. But with Surfshark VPN, we can instantly change our virtual location, making our online experience seamless no matter where we are. So go to surfshark.com/Atticus or click the link in the description to get an extra 4 months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. Plus, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's basically no risk to just try it out. That night, as the winds started to pick up, we both couldn't stop thinking about whether we would still have a home in the morning. Luckily, there was a really delicious barbecue joint right next to the motel, and we tried our best to keep our minds off the massive storm that was barreling towards us. After waking up from a very stressful night, we were amazed to find that the motel still had power and that the complimentary breakfast was set up and ready for us to use. It was clear that Murphy had not been hit as hard as had been forecast, but on the motel's TV, we saw that we had been insanely lucky, and that while the eastern half of the storm devastated the area around Asheville, the western half just sort of dissipated. And somehow we were completely spared the worst of the wind and rain. We're rolling into the RV park now to see how the trailer looks. Okay, yeah, it's fine. All the trailers here are fine. Man, I'm so relieved. Oh my God, like I just had so many scenarios running through my head of like not having a home again, you know, like being homeless basically. Look, it's the trailer. You wanna kiss the trailer? Mwah. Mwah.
Good job. We're home. We really got lucky, I think. See how everyone else is faring, but knock on wood, at least our home is safe for now, which feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because it rained for the entire week leading up to the hurricane, we actually didn't get a chance to do any of the activities that we had planned for this town. But we had a reservation at our next campground in Bryson City, North Carolina, starting today. And we had reserved these campsites weeks in advance. So we really had no choice but to say goodbye to Murphy and continue on with our road trip. You know, I've been looking at the news and I've gotten a lot of information recently on just how devastating the Hurricane Helene and the flooding that resulted was to the areas around Asheville. Thousands and thousands of people have, lost property, been injured. I mean, just, it's a really horrific event. And I've just been thinking all morning about how random it was that the storm kind of split up and broke apart, and the part that reached us dissipated and the part that reached Asheville remained really strong.
I mean, that could have been us, you know. The motel that we were in could have flooded. The trailer could have been gone, just completely gone, like our home just completely gone. And yet for us, we're fine. And everything, like our whole life is just gonna continue to move on. Whereas so many people so close to here, that's just not the case. And I've just been thinking a lot this morning about those weird turns of luck that can completely change the course of your life, you know? Things that we have absolutely no control over. Things like, does the storm go a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right? Does it dissipate on this end and strengthen on this end? Like, there is an alternate universe where our life is just completely different. The course of these videos are completely different. Our financial situation is completely different. So in this case, we got really lucky. I mean, I don't even know how I feel about continuing the journey, because we're gonna be heading right up into that whole region. And the goal was to like have fun and explore and experience like the tourist activities, and it was going to be like a lighthearted experience. And now I think it's not going to be that. It's going to be a journey into a devastated region, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, like what I want to do about that. I don't know. I've just got a lot of questions that I'm asking myself this morning. I feel very lucky. I feel like I don't deserve to be lucky. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just luck, and I guess that's how life is. My heart goes out to everybody who's been affected by Hurricane Helene. Yeah, we're gonna head to Bryson City today and just kind of see what kind of turn this adventure takes. Nice, keep going. Let's see if that does it. Okay, we're in. Okay, we got the baby.
Got the dog. Snacks.
Pregnant lady.
Pregnant lady.
All
Baby's
right.
still in there kicking.
Let's go. Man, it's crazy. Like, we haven't gotten to see this area
I know.
at all. And now that we're finally driving around, it's crazy
I know.
beautiful.
It really is.
Especially in the rain. We're kind of finally coming back into some big mountains. Like, we haven't actually been in big mountains for a while.
They look like they're snow-capped almost because the clouds are so thick.
Yeah, it's like intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going up there. Bryson City is very close to the southern entrance to the Smoky Mountain National Park. Smoky Mountain National Park is the most popular national park by actual number of visitors every year, I think. For us, if we did want to do short-term rentals, this area would be good, because not only is it beautiful, but there's a big international attraction that could bring in even more tourists. So, whoa, this is epic.
Ah.
Oh boy. Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna park him to the left-hand side and have him come toward me.
Okay. This is not your first rodeo. That was awesome.
So we made it safe to Bryson City, but we've got some new things to think about, and that is that Desiree's parents' house in Sarasota, Florida, flooded pretty badly from Helene, and it sounds like they could really use some help.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with a couple of water remediation companies, or like flooding companies, and they're all booked out. They're like, sorry, the soonest we can come is 5 days. And at that point, like, a lot of mold is gonna be developing.
I'm happy going down there, but I mean, we have a whole lot of stuff planned.
Yeah,
You know, we have campsites booked for the next 2 months.
Not to mention, like, we kind of do need to figure out where we're gonna live. Yeah, because once I have this baby, like, we're not gonna be able to travel as much.
Man, what a weird week.
No.
So we have talked about it, and we are going to be driving to Sarasota starting tonight.
I just finished unpacking from our hotel stay as we hit out the hurricane, and now I'm gonna have to repack all that stuff, and we're gonna have to get in the car, and it's gonna be a long drive, and we got a lot of work ahead of us. So I'm just glad we can be helpful, but it's gonna be an exhausting week.
Well, maybe that's the idea, is we lucked out not getting flooding ourselves and not being affected by the storm ourselves, and we got to pay for that luck by changing our plans to go help your mom. So I'll take it. I feel like it's a good trade. we just came into Florida. There is a lot of destruction that's visible from the freeway, like a lot of downed trees. All of the billboards are all just torn apart and in tatters. Yeah, kind of heading into a disaster zone.
Yeah, it's crazy on the road. The farther south we get, the more like utility vehicles and service vehicles. I don't know how many we just passed, like 12 ambulances or medical relief vehicles. One thing I think is really cool about our country, and probably just cool about people in general, but when there's some kind of disaster, like it's really powerful and moving to see all these people just going in to help, you know? Yeah, I hope all those people get the help they need.
As we approached Desiree's parents' house, our hearts sank as we drove by one massive pile of debris after another. The street was covered with hundreds of mounds of demolished drywall, wet mattresses, and ruined furniture, and we worried about what we would find at Desiree's family home.
Hey Ma, I need you to All right, well, we are sitting in a very darkly lit room with the generator going and a fan, eating some dinner, just kind of discussing the game plan. Although Jordan lost his voice.
I'm starting to get a cold, and with the generator running, I've been yelling at Giovanna for the last 2 hours. So I'm gonna have to learn to convey my concepts quietly.
You're probably like the most capable then, huh? You're fit, you're smart.
I'm just a doer.
It's kind of fun. I always said that I love boat projects when they're not on my boat.
Yeah.
I feel that way a little bit here. It's like there's a problem that needs solving, but if I fail, it's not really my house, so whatever.
It's the boss's house?
It's the boss's house, yeah.
Boss, what do you have to say about that?
He's the captain.
Okay, so the house is a little bit of a disaster. There's stuff everywhere. A lot of this stuff has got to be thrown away. We got to kind of inspect a lot of it to see if it can be salvaged. There's 2 floors to the house, like there's 2 levels. So there's everything that way, and that's about 12 inches higher than this whole room. Luckily, everything above these steps was only under about 7 inches of water. So like the outlets all made it. They didn't get wet or submerged. Everything below here, and you can actually see right here, like the outlets are below the water line. What we're thinking is we're going to have to remove the first 24 inches of all of the sheetrock in the entire house so that the studs and everything can dry out and we can just get rid of the bad sheetrock. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos today on how to do a flood cut on sheetrock. I think we kind of know what we're doing.
Or we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Gee, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
Oh!
Whoa! These studs are certainly wet.
Ooh, that's soggy. Yeah, I can see why this fridge was shot.
Oh yeah, there's already mold growing here.
Take out that aggression, Fletch.
I think we're gonna have to destroy all that. So we got 2 down and 60 to go.